Green M&M X Brown M&M, a lesbian fan fiction by Sarcastic Stories. Chapter 1. Green M&M popped the bottle of champagne. Congratulations, team. Our fudge brownie M&Ms were a commercial success. The M&Ms were celebrating their most recent third quarter, as it was one of the best performing quarters in the past 3 years. The success could be correlated with the Green M&M's recent job promotion as CEO from her old job as the company's financial analysis. She has been the first female M&M to be the CEO of the M&M Corporation, after the red M&M resigned because of the amount of HR complaints that workers filed against him. "Let's go green! Let's go green!" the yellow M&M said. The yellow M&M might have been Red's right-hand man, but so far he's been supportive of Green's financial and marketing decisions. The orange M&M said anxiously. "What if this investment tanks? What if there's a recall? What if Red comes back? What if this entire company's destroyed and all that? What if..." "Oh, orange," the blue M&M interrupted. "Why don't you just settle down, just enjoy the moment, and take your meds like your psychiatrist advised?" "It's fine, Blue, but thanks for helping," the green M&M said. "We do have a lot of work to secure and maintain fudge brownie M&M sales, so orange is technically right, but you should all take the day off." Blue smiled at Green before leaving with the other M&Ms. Blue was the office hottie and Green's first crush at the office, until she fully realized her sexuality. After her experiences with Red sexually, she learned that she was better off with the same sex. They wouldn't break her heart and fuck with her head like Red had. And yes, that's correct. The green M&M is an empowered lesbian. Right now, though, she needed to focus on finishing up her paperwork before catching up with the rest of the M&Ms. Chapter 2. It was the day after the end of the third quarter, and Green M&M had organized an actual celebration after yesterday's mundane champagne toast. The gang was sitting at the local bar where Green had reserved spots for her team. Both Blue and Yellow were drunk as hell and getting unusually touchy with each other. Orange, on the other hand, wasn't drinking at all because he became sober after the accident. Also, he was the main driver. Yellow nudged Green. "Hey," he got Green's attention. "This girl's been eyeing you all night." Green turned around to see what the yellow was talking about and saw an M&M staring right at her. As soon as the stranger M&M realized that Green was staring back, both of the female M&Ms turned to look away while blushing profusely, hoping that each other didn't notice that they were staring. Green sighed. "Yellow, I haven't been with another M&M since Red. And he was so bad that I decided that I was probably attracted to girls." "Come on," said Yellow. "She obviously wants you, and this is an amazing opportunity to experiment." "Fine," Green finally succumbed to Yellow's peer pressure. "Tell me when we're leaving." Green downed the rest of her alcoholic cocktail and proceeded to walk to the mystery girl M&M. Green took deep breaths as she prepared to talk to the pretty M&M. "Hey there," the green M&M said, unsure of what to do. "Is this seat taken?" she asked while pointing at the chair next to the unknown M&M. The M&M finally looked up at Green, and Green finally got to take in the beauty of this lovely M&M. The girl M&M had a smooth cocoa-colored shell with long, smooth eyelashes. Her lips were plump, and she was wearing a pair of high heels, along with a stylish leather coat. "No, this seat isn't taken," the brown M&M said. As Green settled into her new seat, the brown M&M spoke up. "Hey there, my name is Brown. You can see my shell is brown. I'm sorry for staring at you. I hope I didn't freak you out." Brown stared down at her martini. "Don't be sorry," the green M&M said, to the surprise of Brown. "I wasn't freaked out at all. I mean, who wouldn't want to be stared at by a beautiful girl M&M like you?" Brown started to blush after Green's compliment. "Well," Brown started to say, "tell me a little bit about you." "Well, I like dogs. I listen to Girl in Red. I work at the M&M Corporation, and I hate the movie, the show, The Office." Green M&M answered Brown's question and asked her the same one. "How about you, Brown?" "I think it's cool that you listen to Girl in Red because I'm also a lesbian. I wish I could get a dog because it would help me exercise. I'm a model, so I always need to be in shape. I also hate The Office too. It's way too overrated. The comedy isn't funny at all. And no, it's not funny when someone just stares at a camera for like 5 seconds silently. And no, it's not a brag if you watched it 5 times and can repeat the entire script like that. Like, that's stupid." The two M&Ms talked the night away, learning more about each other and becoming more connected. Green didn't even notice the time. "Green?" Yellow said, bringing Green out of her engaging conversation with Brown about periods. "We need to leave." Blue was attached to Yellow and kept trying to reach towards Yellow's pants. Green understood the situation, but didn't want to leave Brown behind. "I understand," Brown said for Green. "I'll drive Green home. We just want to stay a little longer." "Fine with me," said Orange. "Less of a possibility of us crashing if less people are in the car." Like that, Green Gangs was gone, and it was just her and Brown. Brown looked up at Green with a grin. "Why don't we take this to my place?" Chapter 3. As Green entered Brown's apartment, their lips clashed. Green and Brown passionately made out as they headed towards Brown's sofa. Brown made sure to lock the door before sitting down on the sofa with Green. Speaking of Green, she was filled with many emotions as she sucked on Brown's face. She was mostly new to Green, who only came out 3 months ago. This was mostly new to Green. She didn't have many experiences with the girl, but it all seemed so amazing with Brown. The two ebbed and flowed while they kissed each other, nibbling on ears and giving neck hickeys. The two were tangled in a hot mess of moans and lust. Brown kept kissing Green as she secretly slid a hand under Green's skirt. Green decided to get rid of the skirt indefinitely and ripped it off of her body. Green was completely exposed with her voluptuous titties and tight vagina out in the open. Brown stopped for a moment to take a full look at Green's amazing body. She then continued kissing Green as she delicately placed a couple of fingers on Green's labia. Brown began slowly stroking Green's pussy lips in a counterclockwise motion, noting what spots made Green moan the loudest, and gently rubbing those parts. She took her ring finger and slowly flicked Green's bean. Green's privates were soaking now, and Brown could feel herself getting wetter. Brown suddenly entered Green's hole with her middle finger, causing Green to gasp in pleasure. Brown made sure that Green was relaxed enough before entering another finger. As Brown continued to finger Green, Brown removed her leather coat to expose herself as well. The two lay down on the sofa, and their bodies pressed against each other. At this moment, Brown took her fingers out of Green's vagina, which caused Green to whine. Brown knew what to do next. Brown adjusted herself on top of Green's cylindrical body and started to grind. The two pussies touched, and Green screamed at the new and interesting feeling. Brown quickly picked up the speed, and Green started to grind as well. The two kept furiously scissoring until they both orgasmed, spraying a bunch of wet juices everywhere. Brown's sofa was ruined by all of Green's pussy juices from Green's squirtalicious orgasm. Both of the candy pieces laid in their liquids, in a blissful state of post-nut euphoria. To be continued.